the Belated Binge podcast.
Hi, and thanks for watching Belated Binge on YouTube. Here we post mostly unedited footage from segments of our podcast series where we re-binge some of the most iconic series in recent memory that I was incredibly late on. Follow along as we're rereading the Harry Potter series and join the discussion in the comments section. If you enjoy it, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to not miss an episode. And of course, if you want to hear the episode in full, you can listen to Belated Binge wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on social media, become a patron for early access and exclusive bonus content. Again, thanks for watching Belated Binge.
A game of inches.
The game of inches. So, what could have been different in this chapter? What's one thing that could have easily been changed to have a massive impact on the story as a whole? That's the point of the game of inches. In sports, an inch either way could mean victory or defeat. The same is true for the Harry Potter series. One decision here or there throughout all of these, 1,000 chapters, however many are in these 7-book series, if one small tweak goes differently than what was originally written, it could have a ripple effect and change the entire outcome of the story in the end, and it could mean victory or defeat for the good guys in the wizarding world. So today in this episode, as we look back at Chapter 2, The Vanishing Glass from Sorcerer's Stone, what if Harry doesn't engage the snake in a conversation at the zoo at all? What if, the banging on the glass from Vernon and the, kids, Piers and Dudley getting bored and going away to go raise hell somewhere else, what if Harry just stands there and just watches the snake, and when it starts nodding to him, sensing that this is a magical person who can actually communicate with me, because that appears to be the way that the conversation actually takes place, is the snake is kind of stirred awake and looks at Harry and starts to interact with him with gestures, nodding his head and such, and Harry takes this to expound upon it into a conversation with the snake. What if he saw that and just got freaked out and ran away? Like normal 11-year-old children would do if a snake was looking at them in their eyes, nodding. Yeah. Sure, without this conversation, he wouldn't be in trouble now at the end of the chapter, but would he ever actually know that he has this gift of talking to snakes at all? In our text, as it's written, this is the only situation in which he has throughout his childhood before book 2 where he has the opportunity to talk to a snake and actually does it. So if this one doesn't happen, do we somehow get a shoehorned gardener snake when he's, planting or weeding Petunia's garden as she's throwing frying pans at his head, and the snake goes, "Hey, tough break, man"? Is that how he ends up learning it? Or does he just not know that he can talk to snakes? If that's the case, how does that impact the Chamber of Secrets plot in book 2? He doesn't save Justin from having his face eaten off. He doesn't have the whole school thinking he's a dark wizard who opened the Chamber of Secrets in order to try to kill muggle-born kids. He may hear the voice in the pipes, but without the parsltongue piece of the puzzle, does Hermione ever think of the monster as being a snake? Or does everybody just think that Harry is crazy because he's hearing voices and there's absolutely no foundation to build upon for Harry to have any other language that he could be hearing that other people wouldn't be hearing and understanding? Although if he's hearing this voice, this is just something. We'll talk about this in book 2, I think, but if he's hearing a voice clear, wouldn't they at least be hearing the hissing? I don't know. Anyways, without that piece, could they have ever found the entrance to the chamber? Could they have opened the chamber? And without all of that, how would they open the locket horcrux later on down the road? How would Ron know what to imitate and mimic to get the basilisk fangs in order to kill the Hufflepuff Cup's horcrux? Would there even be fangs down there to get, or would it still be a live basilisk and a dead Ginny down there? Would it just be her corpse and skeleton instead of the snake's skeleton? Ew. Who does Harry marry if Ginny's in the chamber? Is this where we actually get the story of Harry and Hermione together? Or does this go the complete other way and go maybe Harry Draco? I know there's going to be people on either side of that hypothetical fence. But without the odd impulse at the zoo as an 11-year-old boy who just had a snake stare into their eyes and start making gestures as if it understands that we can communicate to each other. Let's have a conversation. And as an 11-year-old kid, he's like, sure, Snake, what's going on, man? How's your day? Tell me about your family. Tell me about what it's like living behind that glass. Oh, it sucks? Yeah, it sucks in a broom cupboard too. But without that, it has a ripple effect. Not only on the next book, but on the entire series, because as we mentioned in our foreshadow segment, parsltongue becomes very, very important for Harry in defeating Voldemort. And without this conversation with the snake in chapter 2 of book 1, does he know he can do this, and does it play out the same way in the end? I don't know, but it's fun to think about. We don't have that story. We have this one. With that, let's give away some meaningless awards.